Good morning, everybody. It's Kendra again. Sorry about the doggies. Guys, you want to come say hi? Jackson, want to come say hi? It's just This is Jackson, everybody. This is who you hear making most of the noise. Let's see if we could turn this on Wi-Fi so we don't have the issues. All right, Jackson, we see that no one's in here, right? All right. Okay, good morning. So I wanted to come on this live this morning and talk about personal preferences when you are a vending machine operator. So a lot of people ask the question of what should they put in, what do we think about the mix, what should they put in the machine, or they're having a hard time with certain items selling, can we make some suggestions? So I want to address first personal preferences. It is detrimental to your business for you to consider things that you don't like or do like. So when you go into Sam's and you're buying your inventory, Sam's is going to have pretty much what the general population likes. So you can, okay, this connection stuff is getting on my nerves. But anyway, you can pretty much pick up something in Sam's, and more often than not, it's going to be something that people are going to buy out of your vending machine. But say for some reason you have a demographic that is a little bit different, or when you shop at Sam's, the products they offer is for the demographic of that area. So for instance, I'm in Atlanta, so the Claremont Sam's has more stuff for white collar corporate customers. The Sam's in Jonesboro has more like spicy things, so catering more to black or Hispanic crowds. So they have more fruity flavored drinks, spicy drinks, things like that. Now some of the products are the same, but there are differences when you go to each different Sam's. So be careful that when you're shopping at whichever your local Sam's or Costco, they are catering to the demographic that shops there for their home, not necessarily for just a business in general. So you might have to go to another Sam's, or you might have to order some things online. And if you have the Sam's Plus membership, it's free shipping. So I think like the prices are usually like a dollar higher, but I mean that beats you having to drive. I think the Jonesboro Sam's is almost an hour from the one in Claremont in Atlanta. So this one's like 20 minutes for me, Claremont, and then Jonesboro. Well, probably like 40 minutes. So I'm right in the middle. So anyway, a couple of things. When Chad started taking over and filling the machines, he likes white chocolate. I do not like white chocolate. It is not chocolate. It is not good to me. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. So I would never have picked anything white chocolate to put in the vending machine. And I also don't really care for Kit Kat bars. So what would have never been in the machine as long as I was filling? White chocolate Kit Kat. And clearly we sell white chocolate Kit Kats because people like them. I remember I had one of the locations come and ask for white chocolate M&Ms, and sure enough, Sam's has them, and I was buying them and they were selling them. I would never eat white chocolate. I don't like it, so I would never eat it and never think to put it in my machine. But somebody asked for it, and they ate it, luckily. Sometimes that's going to happen. People are going to ask for things like, just in general, in my locations, Milky Way hasn't ever really done very well. Butterfinger does okay. Worst case scenario, you can return those things back from Sam's, like especially if you aren't using a bunch, you can return them because they have a return policy, and it's just for whatever reason you want to return the product, you can. So if you really are like out the $27 from that box of candy and you just need to get something else, then return it. Another thing I would have never put in a machine, because I don't do this. I don't like to eat tuna or chicken or any meat really from a can. And the only reason I put these in here is because the company that I did the training with, they had some tuna pouches and they seemed to sell very well, so I just tried them. But these little bumblebee tuna packs, I would have never put these in the machine. These sell really well. Not only do this tuna sell well, the chicken, the buffalo chicken, the barbecue chicken, like, I don't like canned meat, so I would be missing out. These you can get these at Sam's. I think they come in a pack of 8 at Sam's, but you can also get them from Walmart for $1.08. And they were recently on sale for like 99 cents. So, in Walmart, I have the tax exemption card, so I don't pay tax on these when we get them from Walmart. Something else, once again, I don't like canned meat and stuff like that. These meals, we can't keep these in stock. So we have this one, chicken Alfredo. People really like the beefy mac because it's always out when we go to Walmart to get it. The pot roast, pretty much everything I would not eat. People love these. I remember one time I was at Walmart checking out, and this guy, he was in the military, and I guess his family would send these to him, and so he ate these because it was better than the MREs he had, or, you know, whatever the food was, you know, this was better to him, and so people eat these. Sometimes, you know, these are just my preferences. I don't like them. I do not like artificial shrimp, so I would not eat these. Oh, and by the way, these meals are $1.98 at Walmart. The only other place I know to get these is from Vistar, if you have one in your area. So if you have a machine that has combo slots, these don't do well in the regular chip slots because they can kind of they're kind of thin, so they can slip through. And this is $2 that you're paying for this. So you don't want this to slip through, you know. But they're $1.98 at Walmart. Once again, use your tax exemption card so you don't pay any tax on it when you're purchasing it. So the noodles, the shrimp noodles, I don't like how these little shrimp look. They don't look good to me, so I would never buy this. Once again, this is one of our best sellers, and I'm showing you things that I wouldn't eat or think twice to look at, that people have either asked for or we put in a machine in some form or fashion, and people eat these things. So don't get me wrong, I do like cup of noodles, but just not a shrimp kind. And we buy these. So the flavor, Walmart sells, or Sam sells the chicken and beef and shrimp in this box up here. And it's not this brand, it's the Nissan brand, however you say it. And these we get from Walmart using, once again, the tax exemption certificate. And these are 26 cents each. Yeah. Oh, and we charge like $1.25 for these. So this is like a win. So if you have the machine if you have the soup cup coils, or maybe you want to think about getting them, be sure that when you test vend it, so that you know that when they push the door open that they can fit through, because the Easy Max don't fit through. And that the Easy Max don't fit through, and I don't think the oatmeal fits through. So the reason that I wanted to make this video is because there was somebody in the group that had asked about energy drinks, and there was just varying opinions on if you should put a Red Bull in your machine or whatever energy drink. One person said, oh, they're expensive, I never put them in there because they retail for too much. And I'm like, yeah, I put them in there if people ask for them. And other people are like, yeah, I put them only in certain places where they ask for them. So this energy drink, I had never heard of this. It's called Extreme Red Line. apparently this is 2.5 servings. No, this is 2 servings in this bottle. I got this, if you're in Atlanta, from Market Grocery, in the Forest Park Farmers Market. I believe these are the same. They cost about the same as the slim can Red Bull, so they're about $1. They might be a little bit more than $1 each. I can't remember, but I'd never heard of this. And the guys that were at that location asked for Blue Raz Red Line, and I'm like, I've never heard of it. I'm just gonna look into it. So sure enough, I went to Market Grocery, and they have tons of flavors. Like, these are a thing. People like these. And I couldn't sell these anywhere else but this one location because they specifically asked for them, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I'll take a risk and get them. Well, these turned out, I think I'm going to have to check the price, but I feel like they were about $1, and I can sell them we sold them for $2.75, and they flew. They flew out of the machine. They were a little tricky to vend, but we have everybody's hated machine, Sega, so we can vend mostly anything out of the Sega machines. So I was able to get it to vend, which most people wouldn't be able to do that because it's very atypical sized product. But we sold these for $2.75, and I mean, they did really well in machine, better than the Monster, better than a Red Bull. So yeah, once again, I'd never heard of this until somebody asked me for it. I would walk past, they're right next to the Monster and the Red Bull, and I never paid attention to it. These were a good seller. Also, so I have this because we don't have that location anymore, but most machines you can't sell out of anything. You're always going to have at least a 1 or 2 in your machine, because the way they do it is so that there's some always cold, so when you go to refill, there's 2 in your auger that stay cold, so when you refill, somebody comes and gets a drink, they're already cold. So this one is one that was left over. But basically, what happens now, the other thing that somebody was saying about the energy drink was, it's super expensive, and if I can't sell it, that's a major loss. So no, it's not a major loss, because if you're a legit business, if you are really running this thing like you're supposed to, this is a write-off. So this is now expired or damaged or whatever it is. And also to note, these energy drinks take a long time to expire, because there's nothing natural about an energy drink. They take a long time to expire. So had these been a Red Bull or a Monster, the other 2 that were left, we could have probably just put them in another machine and they would have sold no problem. In the case that doesn't happen, so that these are red line, that nobody knows what they are, or very few people know what they are, mark it out once it expires in your expired inventory, and that's it. So when you do your bookkeeping, you calculate your inventory, then there's a slot for when you're doing your taxes, there's like an allowances and returns category. So that's in your allowance. It's expired or it got damaged. Because, you guys you open up a box of M&Ms and the bag is busted up, or the same thing with the chips and it's already stale, so you can't sell it. That's damaged. So you don't lose money on it because you make sure to deduct it from your inventory expenses. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys why you just kind of try to keep your personal preferences out of vending. Definitely asking other people for suggestions is good, because like, I don't eat white chocolate, but Chad does. So he would have, if I would have asked him in the group or something like, hey, what do you think? He would have suggested white chocolate, and I'm like, oh, okay, I would have never thought of that because I don't eat it. So you're not your customer in your machines. So all of your products should not be what you would like to eat. There's stuff so Chad does, he's pescatarian. We sell pork skins. We sell these meals, with the spaghetti with the meat sauce. Those are things he doesn't eat. The canned chicken, but we buy them. So yeah, just make sure you aren't hurting your business by not putting in things that you don't like. So you just never know and what people ask for. Now be careful with that, because we know that people ask for things and then they don't eat them. But specifically those red lines, I saw somebody with that. So and I guess they aren't easy to get, or you have to get it at a certain place or something. I don't know. But also just be mindful to ask people that are using the machines, because 9 times out of 10, the person who is your contact does not use your vending machine. They use it very sporadically. So they've picked all the products or told you what people like, and that's not even really true. So you need to make sure you're asking the people that are buying out of the vending machines, being observant when you're going to fill the people are around, like in the break room eating, what's in their lunch, what are they drinking, what are they eating, whatever. And that way you'll just always have this arsenal of products that you can just swap in and out of the machine when something slows down. Remember, going to Sam's and Costco is good, but going to different Sam's and Costco's would be better, because they only stock for the demographic of that area. So you should drive around to other areas and check out the product offering at those other Sam's and Costco's, and then you might find another wholesale store too. So just keep those things in mind. Next time I want to talk about the tax exemption status, how you're wasting money by not having the tax exemption status, and just why you should do it. So if you guys have any questions in the meantime, go ahead and put them in the group, and I or someone else will definitely answer your question as soon as we can. So have a good day, guys.